Hey guys, BigSquareRoadRunner.com. I am coming to you February 18th, 2021. It is a Friday. Next week is looking at the big delivery, end of the March or February trading in silver COMEX and the beginning of delivery month. So it's big, and there's so much going on behind the scenes in silver. I want to play this discussion with Jenny. We talk about the silver squeeze and what her take is on it, and then I'll discuss it after that. Here we go.
All right, let's move on from that.
Okay.
What I want to talk about, and maybe draw some cards, I want to talk about the silver squeeze that's going on right now. Of course, day and night, I'm living this, I'm breathing it, I'm breaking down who's doing it, why, how, dates. I'm getting dates I'm actually saying, okay, I know next Thursday is the last day of trading. I know that they're going to start having to deliver. If there's any time in the next 6 months or 16 years for the Silver Knights to come in and destroy the bad guys, it would be in the next few weeks.
Right.
Let's draw a card on, and I wrote this down. First, for the individuals who are, and the good guys, as I call them, who are instigating this silver squeeze. And then secondly, on the banksters who are starting to or trying to stop it. So you got the riggers on one side and the good guys, as I call them, on the other. Can we call card?
So we're gonna do good guys first, and what crosses them, which means what they're going through right now, and then we'll look at the riggers and take a look at what they're going through as well. So 4
Perfect.
cards total. I'll pull the 5th for general, for outcomes, specifically in regards to the performance of silver. I love when people walk by and stare at me in the car.
What's she doing?
It's amazing. I get all kinds of looks with the cards. Okay. Okay. So I love it. So this is the good guys right here. 9 of Pentacles, okay? I want everybody to see. This is one of the best. Okay, 9s are the humanitarian. It's the humanitarian number. It's that 9 is a sacred number right now because apparently there are like 9 is the number of like there's 9 worlds, okay? The world tree. There's 9 main realms. And what we're going through right now is the collective realization that we're actually one. And so there's one gate, if you will, that connects all 9 worlds. And so when that happens, the veil is lifted, the quantum field, the nature of it is understood, and we have heaven on earth, if you will, which I don't like that term because people are always going to people, but at least a massive, problem has been eradicated. Now, this is interesting. So we have the Page of Cups or the Princess of Cups that is influencing the good guys.
You gotta get your head in there and smile for the cover shot with the cards. Lean in.
I hate this.
It's got to go over towards your face. There you go, right there.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, all right,
people. Okay, so listen. This is the Princess of Cups. This is the only deck really that has princesses. Okay. But as an influence, as what they're, as an indicator of what they're up to right now, the good guys are, believe it or not, I think they're actually like mitigating damage to some of the more vulnerable, like the victims of all of this. And I don't mean like the children and the trafficking necessarily. It looks like they're clearly very active. This is seizure of assets. This isn't like, oh, we have so much work to do. This is like the work is done. They're kind of in cleanup mode right now. And they appear to be, I know this might rub people wrong, but with the Princess of Cups, this is like a reward for vulnerability. And it's like, if you work with us, we can protect you. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like the time for throat cutting and stuff like that, I really think we've passed a very deep, dark, like ravine, if you will, with some of the combatives going on behind the scenes. Like a lot of the bad people have already been taken out, and now it appears that they're just trying to consider some of the like leftovers. And they're like, listen, so now when I look at the bad guys, I have the Fool. Okay, this is Aries energy. This is the reset. Okay, this is like them jumping off of a cliff. Look, and then here's the Hierophant. All right, so this is Taurus energy, and what it is, it's their tradition. It's everything that they have ever done that worked for them up until this point. They are literally throwing themselves into their faith. And I know that that sounds really weird, but as a remedy for what they're going through right now, they think that they can continue to pray, that they can continue their culture as it's generational. Do you know what I mean? They were taught how to rig and how to lie and how to be psychopathic. This isn't, this has never been random. This is all very strategic mind control, generational mind control. These bankers, these families, they appear to be, this is desperate moves. Okay, this is taking a huge risk. So they are liable to throw some really crazy stuff into the fire right now. Literally anything. The Fool is not calculated. He's just like, F it. You know what I mean? Like, we got to do something. Meanwhile, in contrast, the good guys, the knights with the 9 of Pentacles, they're sitting pretty. This is they're fueled, they're fed, they have resources, and they're just considering, they're almost saying, we want peace. I know I don't even really like that, but it appears that they have such a high ground right now that they're like, we could kill you, but we'd rather work with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because working with you causes less chaos for the vast majority of the people.
Well, and it does, and there are still things. This mess is so big and so deep, and people won't ever. Well, they will one day. Our kids and their kids, they'll probably get it more. But this cleanup is going to take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really where it comes down to the psychology of individuals and how they talk to their families and pass the story on, that's really going to fix this. If people only knew how dark it really got for a while, it's really bad. But let me do a card for silver, specifically the performance here over the next few weeks. I'm telling you, like, they're desperate. They're throwing themselves into their establishments. They're taking cover inside their establishments. The clergy, because that's a traditional card of clergy and religious orders and like very archaic patriarchal systems. So they're like, can the church protect us now? Why are the banks and the churches like so like they're like this? And they appear to be jumping off of what they've had for themselves, this elevated position. They're jumping off from that into the arms of something that they think is going to save them. That's what that looks like. There's a lot of prayer. They're praying a lot. Imagine that.
Good. I mean, it's about time.
Let's see here. Silver. The Queen of Swords. Excellent. So I actually really like this because I want you to see she's got somebody's severed head.
Nice. With the silver sword.
With the silver sword, absolutely. It's a silver sword. Blue, we've got, all these tones that speak to the air. It's air dominant. And I was just thinking too, if anybody knows who the Silver Surfer is, he travels on the air, right? It's a very mutable principle, and it lends itself very easily to riding on quantum waves, riding on sound, riding on light. People don't realize that we could have an internet that's run in part by the essence of silver. I don't know how. I'm not, maybe somebody out there who's smarter than me can figure it out. I don't know why I have to do all the work and figure this out for the engineers and big science thinkers of the day. Like, get with it, you guys. I feel like it can't be that hard.
Well, it's already, silver is absolutely necessary for the internet to run already, but not in that way. Oh yeah, there's silver in everything. It's the best conductor of electricity. So every little computer component is put together with a little bit of silver to make sure that they speak to each other without losing any information. So yeah, I mean.
Did you know that the highest concentration of gold in the body clumps up right around the heart?
Mm-hmm. You told me that, I think, a couple weeks
ago. Like, you told me that already.
You're like, I know this one.
Sorry. Yeah. It's so freaking interesting to me because I see it as our link to the quantum field, and that we can control it if we understand how to shift our light bodies to express a certain intention, like peace or love or time to fight or time to this or that. We can start communicating as massive collectives without the internet. So censorship is no problem because we're communicating with a light language, a plasmic language. And I swear to God, we're so close. I can feel it.
Well, that we can segue into.
All right. Really cool stuff from Jenny. And I like the concept that the old way they used to, the bad guys are in trouble. They are praying for their lives the way they pray. The key, I think, what she's saying this week is that their systems that they have relied upon, she's talking about, they've relied upon their systems for so long, they think it's going to work and it's not. That's the rigging on the comics. That's the ETF con of shuffling metal around, ownership, and using the ETF as an alibi for what is truly a naked short on the comics. So really interesting stuff. There's more interesting stuff I've got with Jenny that I'm putting together. I'll be posting it the rest of this weekend. But wow, hang on to your silver, because according to Jenny, the bad guys' old ways of rigging the markets are going to fail. And the failure of that is the ending of 170 years of price suppression in silver. So hang on to your silver. This is Bix. I'll talk to you later.